Welcome to Wake Forest Football here on the Sports YouTube channel. Today, your Wake Forest Demon Deacons are going to play visitor this time, not host, to the Boston College Eagles. It's ACC tournament time, not tournament, but conference play. And you see there, number 12, FSU, is already 1-0 in the conference. Don't know who they beat, but it doesn't matter because everyone in the ACC Atlantic, except for Clemson, won their first game. Granted, we played FCS, but it doesn't matter. So, we'll be back right after this intro from Boston College. Alright, welcome back to Wake Forest Football. We are at Alumni Stadium here in Boston College, and the Eagles are going to take on the Demon Deacons today. It's a night game, so is the nighttime the right time for the Demon Deacons? Well, they do win the coin toss to open things up, and they do decide to kick things off, so hopefully things can go good and well from there. We're going to change up our tempo for every ball game, and we're going to run conservative. Try and run some time off the clock, see if that helps anything in this offense, because our safeties and defense do need it. Opening kickoff, Spiffy Evans is your return man for the Eagles, and he'll return it to about the 20-21 yard line. That's where the Eagles are going to take first possession and the ball with 3 ticks off the clock to start this ball game. New head coach from the beginning of the season, James Mathis, will take lead and ownership of this team through however many years they want to keep him. He is under a 7-year contract, but anything can and will happen. We've seen it before. So, first play, Andre Williams is going to get the Eagles started off very nice with a huge run, a 19-yard rush, in fact, and that's going to be their very first play from the game. Let's go. 2nd and 10. 8:45, a little bit more time was killed by the Eagles here and their slow play, and here you have Chase Reddick hitting mid-on, and it's going to be a 15-yard catch on 2nd down. So basically 2nd down again, just a couple seconds after that big play. In fact, one play after, Reddick will go deep, and Noel is just going to look. No attempt made. Spiffy Evans, the return man, played a very big factor in today's ball game, and you'll see why in the more, how I should say, just downfall of Wake Forest safeties. That's the best way I can describe it. But there, Boston College does get a touchdown there on the board. 6-0 PAT pending. PAT up and PAT good, as it is 99.9% of the time. So Boston College 7-0 lead early with 8 minutes to go in the first quarter. Only a 2-minute drive. Very nice production from the offensive coordinator. Time for Wake Forest to answer back if they can. Reynolds will take it out of the end zone about a yard deep, and he'll return it to the 24-yard line. There's your impact player for Wake Forest, Tanner Price, last game, 14 for 18, 255 through the air, and 3 touchdowns, set a school record last year with the number of yards thrown. He has to clear his mind for this game because this is a very tough opponent, and they were matched up on paper equally. Let's see what happens. First play from the ball game for Wake Forest. Tanner Price is going to go read option, keep it himself, and he'll go for 4 yards. So, not the best start, but not the worst by far. So, we would see a lot of replays later on in the game. Let's go 2nd and 6. About 7 minutes coming up now on the first quarter. 2nd and 6 from the 28-yard line. Tanner Price will find Sherman Ragland for 2 yards, so that brings up a 3rd down and 4. Going through the playbook, we do go with a mid-attack. Let's see if we can convert. First 3rd down of the day for the Demon Deacons. And our number one option, of course, is always going to be that running back or a slot receiver. So here we hit the running back, not the running back, but the fullback, Jordan Garside. He gets a nice chunky yardage, but unfortunately the Demon Deacons cannot convert. So Boston College ball once again, 2:20 in the first quarter, and Chase Reddick deep. AJ Marshall gets beat bad by Jackson, and that man is gone. Harrison Jackson will score a touchdown for the Eagles, 14-3, PAT pending. Here, only in the first quarter, and it's getting out of hand early. You see Chase Reddick just have a beautiful throw in AJ Marshall. It doesn't matter if you're one step behind Harrison Jackson, he will beat you every single play that he can find room, and that play he did. So, 14-3, Boston College over Wake Forest. Second quarter now, 7 minutes left, about to go into the 6-minute mark. 6-minute 50-second mark to be exact. And Tanner Price has the Demon Deacons at the 18-yard line. He runs on 3rd and 11. Tries to get another yard extra maybe, but he will get sacked. Loss of 1, technically classified as a sack, and that's what it would end up being for the Eagles defense. There you see the total yards so far already. They are both over 100. Very explosive game. And Headland, one of the strongest legs in college football. Well, he barely cleared that one through the uprights, or else it would have bounced out more than likely. Wake Forest ball once again, 3:35 here. Now they are at the 15-yard line. They are threatening Boston College after a fumble recovery, and Tanner Price is going to get sacked. So, from a 2nd and 12 to a 3rd and 24, things not looking good at all. Wake Forest 1 for 3 so far right now through the 3rd down conversions, and they're going to go pass always. Tanner Price finds Anthony Rook here. That makes a couple Eagles miss, in fact 3 or 4, but he only gains 4 yards, so throw that highlight in there. Nice little squirm for yards. Headland is up once again, already 2 for 2 on the day. Let's make 3 for 3. 3 field goals, 9 points. Field goal kicker dream if you're doing fantasy college football, if there was a thing. Let's go. Second quarter, 10 seconds before half. Boston College now up 21-9 after scoring another touchdown. And Spiffy Evans makes a spiffy break and route for the touchdown. 28-9. Eagles dominating the Wake Forest Demon Deacons, even though these teams were matched up on paper as equals. Sure did not look like that tonight at Alumni Stadium. Excuse me. So 7 seconds left before halftime here at Alumni Stadium. Boston College kicks it. Reynolds will field it deep. Basically no point in not returning this. He makes 2 men miss, but goes down at the 15-yard line. So that's where the half will end for the Wake Forest Demon Deacons. They'll give it off to Harris, who finally gets a good run. Watch this. Good blocking all the way around. Thinks about going inside, then cuts outside. And that was a 25-yard rush there to end the half. So very nice play. Unfortunately, came a little too late. Maybe no points awarded, but some momentum hopefully, because we did decide to kick it off. We will get the ball back here. Start at the second half. Welcome back. 28-9 your score. Eagles lead over the Demon Deacons. And now we're going to decide not to return this one to open it. Boston College Eagles defense only allowed 151 yards so far. 2 sacks, a very nice play from them, and it would continue on through the night. First play of the second half, give it off to Josh Harris. He would get face masked, but refs do not see it, so therefore you cannot call it, and the playbook actually covers that replay up, so maybe if you saw it you would have agreed, but nonetheless, can't do anything about it if you didn't see it. Let's go 3:30 now in the third quarter. A little bit more ahead before entering the fourth, and Tanner Price can run, but he cannot hang on to the ball. Burrich will pick it up for the Eagles, and he can run a ways, 5-10 extra yards, and that is the third turnover by the Demon Deacons, I believe that we saw there. So now, third quarter, 40 seconds, and taking 35-9. This game's getting out of hand, and why not? Noel gets beat now once again, this time by Alex Amadon. Already had one big catch, make it 2 out of touchdown. His resume this game, 42-9. Thank goodness for the Wake Forest Demon Deacons, though. That offensive onslaught would stop. Boston College finishes with 42 points, and here with 6.5 minutes left in the final quarter of the game. It's already a blowout, so why not just take your points and go home? Tanner Price runs it in off a read option, left wide open for good reason, and it's 42-16. Now, with 2:50 left in the game, can Boston College just run out the clock? Well, they have a 3rd and 7 here. What can Chase Reddick do? He's calling play action. He's adjusting his wideouts. He's doing everything he can to waste time. So, they're going to hike the ball with 4 seconds, 3 seconds, 2, and they finally get it off. Play action, and they find Parsons, who somehow gets a first down. His knee looked like it hit first, but the refs rule it a first down. We're already out of the game, so we won't argue. And on the final play, Andre Williams, I believe he got player of the game, and if it wasn't him, it was Harrison Jackson. But that's going to be your final. Wake Forest loses an onslaught, 42-16. I've been your host, JT Mathis 48. Like, subscribe, comment if you're new, do whatever you feel is necessary. I know the video is going up late, sorry about that, but a lot of recording to do today. As always, have a good week, and I will see you guys next time.